Hello, Leo. I am Ulrich. I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the month of October for the sign of Leo. On the table here, you see 9 cards, meaning we will be using the 9-card portrait. You can also see 4 objects on the table here, meaning we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Leo for the month of October 2021. Now, from these 4 objects, you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. If the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that follow here also. The matches here represent the fire element. The piece of stone represents the earth element. The aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Leo, here we go for your card reading for the month of October 2021. Hello Leo, and welcome to the shell or the water group for your card reading for October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde. This is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that visualizes it. It's not a good thing to do. Also, you will see during that time, your bus is late, your flights are canceled, packages that need to arrive in your home are wrongly delivered, the containers of the package is wrong, emails that you need to receive are not showing up and they have consequences because they don't show up. This is all happening because Mercury, which is our mind, is going a little bit slower. That is the mind of all the people, the collective mind. So this is the cause of these problems. Also, during that time, it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying cell phones, laptops, laundry machines. Why? Because these devices are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to a warranty. And you understand, we don't want problems there. Anyway, the general idea here is that we don't sign any contracts at all. However, if for some reason you are obligated, you feel compelled, you have no choice, and you want to sign the contract, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible afterwards you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract and you cannot anymore. And if you really want out, you need to pay a big fine. So this is not what we wanted from contracts. We need to protect ourselves. So the wise thing to do here is stay away from contracts during that period. Anyway, coming back to the card reading now for the shell or the water group. The first card that we see here is the person's card. So it means let's assume that you're a woman, that would be point to here. But since we do a general reading, you can position you there as a man also. So these things will apply also, except if I mention differently. So coming back here to this woman, the woman here, as we see here, she's connected to the ship. The ship is about money, business, travel, longing. So this woman is connected to all these things. She's longing for business. She's a businesswoman. She's connected with money. She's connected to be abroad. Also, she liked to travel. Maybe she liked to travel a lot because we have the fish there. And also the business is quite important in her life because we have the rider here, and the rider represents the planet Mercury, and Mercury is the master of the merchants. So you see here this woman, she's very engaged in business, money, traveling, moving around. So this person here, that is what we see here. So then we go for the laying, we start with the first horizontal line. So we see here that the woman and the heart are next to each other. So this means that this is a kind moment. She has her heart on the right place. She's kind-hearted, literally. She also is involved probably in charity. If she is in business, she will also be aware of her status, and she will be involved in charity. She will care for others in general, which is a good thing, and which benefits her actually even more because she has the stars here. In a way, also in another way, this can point to a close love relationship for her. She's close to her partner. She has an admirer, or she herself is deeply in love, because the stars sometimes can bring our head literally in the clouds, and maybe this woman is deeply in love with a certain person, or she's very committed in her charity work or in her business. This woman can experience her work as a real commitment. Also, she's romantic. We see that here. She's altruistic. We saw the charity here already. Also, she's the kind that is forgiving. Also, because she traveled a lot, probably she's a person with a lot of insights. She learned by traveling. This is all what we see here. Then we have the stars, the heart and the stars on itself. Here we see that this person has a lot of healing powers. If she does charity, it's like with the charity she does, people heal. Also for her herself, it brings a form of release. She has a good feeling about it. If she really relieves grief of others, this is what we see here. Anyway, also it gives her business, her charity, it gives her a lot of charity here. This is what we see here. It's a person who's really connected to other people out of her heart. Anyway, this points to also to a happy love, a spiritual love. It's possible also that she or her partner are quite known in their surroundings, like actually they're a little bit popular, or they are local celebrities. On another way, this could mean also this could actually point to a celebrity, or one of the both partners is always in the limelight. This is what we see here, because the stars can literally represent the stars. Or this woman, she likes to be in the presence of stars or movie stars or people who are famous. This is all what we see here in this context. It could also mean that this person is very spiritual. I don't say religious, but very spiritual in her own way. She has also, she's forgiving, she's kind. This is what we see here. She tries to help others. Maybe sometimes she's a daydreamer here. This is what we see here. Anyway, she has faith in her lovers in general. Then we have the second line here. We have the fish, the ship, and the moon. This means if she herself is engaged in business, because this is the business card and this is moving your business, and this is actually transferring things abroad, trading. Literally, you put the goods on a ship and you bring them to abroad. You do transfers with goods. So this combination is about exchanging money, exchanging goods. You have a good feeling that you do it. It is connected to your mind. It is what you like to do and what you want to do. Also, you can easily connect to other people, to other people's mind for doing this business. It's really what you like. There's a lot of like-mindedness in what you do and what you think and in your business. Also, probably you're highly respected in your business because it is what you like to do and what you really need to do. This is what we see here. The moon represents the people, honors that we receive, also invitation. So probably this person also, because she's kind-hearted, she's a humanitarian, she's probably very welcome in abroad. This is a very positive lane. There are no negative cards here though. So all I'm gonna say is positive. There's none here. So this is a very positive lane for Leo, for the water group. I can only say what I'm seeing here. Anyway, this woman is connected to people, to the collective mind. She knows how to do business. She put a part of what she earns in charity. She's a charitable person. Anyway, she's very connected here with this combination in business. This is commerce, trade, all what we see here, financial transactions. There's also investments in abroad. Probably also she can enjoy life sometimes with other people. This is possible also. This also makes her, a lot of people are attracted to her, not only financially, but to her charisma. This person attracts people because she's charismatic. This is what we see here also. Anyway, these are two money cards. So this person is very lucky with money and she know how to handle money. This person really know how to handle money. This could point to an overseas business, what we see here. It's possible also she makes a lot of investments in abroad because the ship is in abroad and the rider puts it on the move. So it's possible that she has a lot of investments in abroad. These are double money cards, so there's a lot of luck here with money. In a way, also there could be some connections with people on the sea, maybe even with connections with army, but then in the sea area. Maybe she has a business also related to that. She delivers something there for getting things on the move related then to the army, or there's some business here that she do trade with in that kind of area. This is what we see here. Anyway, this is a person who is also takes some adventures even in business. This is literally an international job here that we see here. Anyway, if she do business with abroad and if she behaves charitable, more comes to her. So this is a lot of abundance here that we see here in this lane. Then we have the ship and the moon in itself. It's possible also that she travels a lot during night here because the moon is the night. Also, she, as we said earlier, there's a lot of invitations from abroad, good she brings in abroad. She is also popular. She herself is popular. And it's possible that they are actually a celebrity couple, or they are very popular together when they go out. So this is what we see here. They are well known. They are well liked. Things around them are very positive. Both of them here. This is what we see here anyway. There's a lot of longings here. They are emotionally also very creative because the moon is the card of creativity. It's the card of our work. So this is also a very creative person, businesslike and money-like. So she's very creative with the money. The efforts bring a lot of prosperity here that are done. Anyway, she's well known. She's also an intuitive type. This points to an intuitive type. Sometimes also a little bit moody because the moon can be a little bit moody. Maybe she's a little bit melancholic if she's in abroad. She's a little bit. She longs a little bit home because she's always traveling. But I think this woman, her world or her home is the world. She's a little bit home everywhere, but this could also point that she is longing a little bit to past times, but in a positive way. Sometimes she reflects about that, maybe about the time when she's younger, when she traveled with her mother and father. This is possible. Also good memories we see here. Anyway, if she is undertaking journeys, she feels very relaxed. She relaxes in a quiet, restful way. There's a lot of harmony during travel, a lot of harmony during the business. Anyway, she gets a lot of invites for more work. I think sometimes here this person need to deliberate their work because it's not becoming too much. Then we have the clovers, the tree and the rider. Here there are, the tree represents the health, and we have the lucky card of the deck here next to the person. So this means that this person is in very good health, and also we have the fish here. So the health is very good of this person. There are certain events in her life that will reveal them. And also her life path, her path of life will be original. She's not like other people. She has a unique path in her life that is specifically for herself. This is what we see here also. Also, she has a lot of spirituality, faith, but I think here it's more on the spiritual side here. She has a lot of spirituality in her life. It's important for her spirituality. Sometimes maybe it's not easy for expressing herself, or maybe she has very few time to be in contact with the loved ones because she's always on the road. She would like to be more in contact, but maybe it's difficult because all the business that is going on. Also, if she would ever have a health problem during this period, is speedy, because this is speedy. There's a very speedy recovery here that we see here. There's a spiritual protection here over the person. the trade, the business, the moving, it's all protected here. So this is a very positive laying here. It's possible also that her partner, her partner, or the people where she comes from have less responsibility than she has. She has a lot of responsibilities here. It's possible that her partner has less responsibilities. Also, what we see here, it's possible that she and her partner or certain karmic events, certain events in her life are meant to be. This is a woman with a positive karma. So positive things come to her. There's a lot of vitality here. Several opportunities are represented here. Even if she would take financial risks, the risks are kind of protected and it will never undermine the stability of the person. Then we have the tree and the rider on itself. This is like, this is our path where we are going here. This means that we will fulfill our business commitments or our goals that we have set for us. Everything is unfolding in the right time because the tree is a slow card. So everything unfolds in the right time. It's how we want it. It's how we think about it. We like what we do and the money falls in place. So as I said, this is a very positive laying. The karma is very positive to her. Her destiny is positive to her. So this is what we all see here. Then we have the woman, the fish, and the clovers. This points to a person who has sufficient money in his life. There's no money problems here. Business, in a way, she could literally be in water business or in fish business. Anyway, there is trade, international trade here. What do we see? Anyway, she has a lot of influence in the business world, also in the business world abroad. She has a lot of contacts that appreciate her in abroad. She's welcome there. This is all what we see here with this combination. She puts also for high values where she is. She respects her own position. She respects the position of others. She's very well dressed also. She's a likable person. She attracts physical also certain partners. She's probably quite good looking in her way. It's like people are attracted to her, especially in abroad, because the fish are physical and they attract. It's like this person attracts good luck, benefits here. This is what we see here with this person. This person, a combination like this is really the jackpot. So whatever this person does in business, it's the jackpot. So whatever kind of trade she goes in, it's like it cannot go wrong. I can see nothing wrong here in this lane. There's a lot of abundance here. Even emotionally, everything is set right. This is I am lucky, I am happy, untroubled life, spending money, offers enjoyment. This is all what we see here. More than one business, also several business that we see here. Then we have the heart, the ship, and the tree. Here we see here if she's traveling, she's happy to travel. She's happy to accommodate other people. She's charitable to others. She's charitable to other people in abroad. She also wants that others proceed in their life. This is a real humanitarian here, what we see here. It's possible her lover, her partner is a foreigner. This is what we see here also with this combination. She has romantic encounters with this lover abroad. This is possible also. People are very fond of her here. This is what we all see here. She has the heart of an explorer. And then here in the love, probably she is a very passionate lover, Here, this is what we see here also. Then we have the ship and the tree on itself. This is positive events that unfold themselves. You are on the right track for your life here. Business things develop as we want. There's also probably she's involved in spiritual work here towards to others, or she helps others for improving their life. This comes back here. We see this here again. What we see here more, she established also relationships between where she comes from and I mean her roots and the country she do business with. She brings more contact, she brings people in contact with each other. This is what we see here also, always on the move, this person. Then we have the stars, the moon and the rider. This points again to fame, fortune, contact with celebrities. If you are a man, your partner is also famous. This is possible here also. There's a match between harmony and love and feelings. These partners feel each other very well. They don't need to even communicate. They know what is going on. There's a deep contentment, commitment here. What we see here, there are the love is not only physical, it's also spiritual. They are fitting together. Also, this woman can be very creative. A lot of imagination here that we see here. Also very intuitive. She knows where to be at the right time, at the right place for doing business, for moving. She moves. She knows when to take the plane. She knows when to move. So everything is very falling together here with this combination. Then we have the moon and the rider on itself. She's invited, she gets flatters from people, people invite her, she's very wanted. There's a lot of romance here. Also, sometimes this person has intuitive dreams related to business, to money, so she's following her intuition. Here also, this is what we see, acting emotionally here. Then we have the woman, the ship and the rider. This person always travel. We saw this in the beginning. I just see if I can add more here, because she learns also a lot during her travel. The more she do business, the more she learns, the more wealth is coming to her. She has a certain wanderlust. She can travel, she can come anytime and she can go anytime. This is what we see here. A lot of opportunities in abroad present themselves. A lot of projects are offered here. This means also that we have vehicles in abroad. Probably this person has certain locations where she traveled and she has her own vehicles there. This is what we see here, own cars, maybe even own motorcycles. This is what we see here. If you would be a man and you would be there, this is a woman who has several. This is also points to jet set community, a person who can belong to the jet set community, but very humanitarian, very with the feet on the ground. This is what we see here. Even if this person is in uncharted waters, still things will go well. Then we have the stars, the ship, and the clovers. There's a lot of freedom in the job. She's free to travel, even when there are certain restrictions for others, she still can travel. There's a lot of lenience here for traveling. Things what we want, we can travel in the right way, we can indulge ourselves here. This is all what we see here. The journeys are pleasant, very positive here, all what we see here. So this is a very positive laying here for Leo, for the water group, for the month of October. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other card readings that are also following for the sign of Leo. Anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching my videos. And as I said, if this video don't fit, please check out the other videos that are connected here. Anyway, thank you for your time. And we see each other in my other videos. Please check out also my financial videos you can find on my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye for now. Hello, Leo, and welcome to the Aerosol or the Air group for your card reading, Lenormand card reading for October 2020. 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde. This is up to 18 October, meaning this is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything we need to put our name under that officializes it. It's not a good thing to do. You will also see that your flights are canceled, your bus is delayed, packages that need to arrive in your home are not coming, the containers of the package is wrong. These are all things that are happening very frequently during Mercury retrograde. Also during that period, it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying cell phones, laptops, laundry machines. Why? These things are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to the warranty, and some problems might pop up there. So the general idea here is that we don't commit, or we don't engage, or we don't make contracts at all. If, however, for some reason you are obligated to sign a contract, you have no choice, you feel compelled, you want to, whatever it is, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible after that you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract and you cannot anymore. So it's better to prevent this situation and that we are not committing to this kind of situation. If you really want out of the contract, sometimes this causes problems, as I said, and sometimes even we need to pay big fines. So we better not commit during this period. Coming back to the card reading for Leo, for the air group, the first card that we see here is the stork. The stork is the bird of changes, the bird of migration. He migrates, he puts things in change, he moves things. The stork is a big bird, so the things that he changes, these are big changes, important changes in our life. And in this case here, this is connected to documents here. The letter is not an email, it's an important letter. It's like a deed or a document that we can transfer in money. Like a deed, we can transfer it in money. It has money value. A degree has money value, bonds. So this is what is connected. So this person brings changes, money changes. It's business here that we see here. Probably this is a woman because this is a female card. So it's possible here that this person is involved in that kind of trade, but it don't necessarily need to be. What we see more here, we need to take here, we need to, if we are not, we are urged here, or the cards tell us we need to take more initiative for starting changes surrounding us. We need to put something in order and we need to change things here. We need to get on the move. The stork really tells us to go on the move. And possibly this is connected. This is money, and this is money. This is connected to important documents. And these documents are connected to trade, to money, to certain longings that we have. This combination can literally mean travel. This could be a travel ticket. So we can convert it in money again. So this could mean a travel ticket. Maybe this person is urged to travel here with this combination. This is what we also hear. Anyway, with the central card here, we are urged to make certain requests for business. We need to ask the right questions, seek answers. This is what we all see here. Anyway, the news that is coming to us is important. It's an important news. It has a very big impact on us, on our lives regarding trade, business, anything that we are engaged in business. Like if we are not, we are urged here to do so. Then the dog, the stork, excuse me. Then the stork and the dog in itself with the clouds here. The stork and the dog, it's like we're working together with others. People are following us. We work in a group, in a team. It's like this is like a think tank. We think each other with others. There's a strong focus here with us and others together. We are thinking together here. This is what we see here also. Anyway, this can also point to a very busy time that we have with friends, colleagues, peers. Even brothers or sisters are mentioned here. So this could be a busy time that we are very active with them also. Anyway, this is like about having fun, or we're thinking about having fun or enjoyment life. There's like a focus here on relaxation. Also, this is what we see, even though we are also urged here to make some serious changes in our life. Also, if this travel actually goes through, we can see here that the circle of friends will be changing. If there would really be a travel, it's normal. If we migrate or something like that, there is a change of friends in our circle. New friends come to us, and some friends are not so easy to reach anymore. This is possible also with this combination. It's possible also that some friends of us have a not so easy time. If this would be the case, we would be supporting them in these changes or in these difficult times. The dog is a supportive card, so if these people have difficult times, we would support them in their changes. This is what we see here also. Anyway, this points to changes in friendship in general. Friendships, some transform, some business, some friendships will transform. Maybe some of the people that are connected to us could become our employees. This is also possible. That they would transfer, so the friendship relationship is going into something else. This is what we see here also. Anyway, this is a time of transition that we see here and support. So then we have the dog and the clouds here. Here there is probably a friend of us has some tensions. He has some stress. He don't see things clear. Maybe he has difficulties of somehow. Anyway, we are urged here to help him and try to get him out of this situation. This is what we see here. If this friend, if we would suspect, that's then another angle, if we would suspect, because we have the snake here, that this friend would not be honest to us, and he would not be supportive towards us, then maybe we need to reconsider and think wisely. The snake is a very smart card, meaning if this is connected to our friends, this person could talk in a different way, but it will not apply on all our friends. It will be certain friends, but maybe some certain friends will be changing towards us. If this would become a boss from a friendship in a boss employee relationship, of course, this has a certain impact. And it's possible that these persons or these friends or these employees are not totally transparent. They say something else than what they do. So they are, we need to be careful here with the snake that things are not happening behind our back. Sometimes also the snake, she turns away from friends. This is turning away. So it's possible here that you have friends who literally turn away from you, or they sing a different tune than what they think. This is what we see also here. It's possible there is some suffering because of that, because the relationship is changes and it causes some tensions and some changes. This is what we see here. People sing a different tune than what they actually think here with this combination, because the birds singing, so you get the point here. Anyway, we cannot be too trustworthy, especially if we are doing trade with money. We need to be careful if we're trading with money with these people, that they are honest to us. We need to see that we stay in control, that some money is not, some business is not going turning in a difficult situation here. We need to see that we have all our bases covered if we are trading, if we do business with money. So we need to be very watchful here with this combination. But I think you will be, because the snake is a smart card, and it tells us to wait, to look out for the situation, observe it, and at the right time we act. This is a smart card, a slow card. See that you have your bases covered. If you would have some people around you that are dishonest, it could also be a brother or sister, somebody who's close to you. Anyway, we need to be careful here with this combination, because this could point to negative attitudes that the people are spreading, and especially negative communication, maybe behind our back. They literally turn away from us and they say bad things towards us. They are treacherous. So this is possible here. Maybe you will feel the disloyalty here coming with these people. Anyway, this tells us to be careful here. If you are about to travel, I mentioned this up front here, it's possible also that you are confronted with less positive weather conditions. Maybe it's bad weather while you are traveling. This is what we see here also. Anyway, what we see more here, it's more, in another way, it's possible that this person also has a very negative attitude. This is what we see here, but still it's our friend, and maybe some loyalties are about to change. This person might hide something, some certain things, and we start to see this person's or these people around us in a different daylight. Maybe even if the trust is broken, this friendship is about to change. Maybe we come in another position in our life, and sometimes it has as an effect, as we saw in the earlier lines, that this has an impact on our friendship, because sometimes if we change social status or our position change, our friends are changing, we cannot cooperate with each other anymore in the same conditions or the same environments. Then we have the whip, the letter, and the snake. Here, this points that we need to be careful that we don't receive bad news. If we receive bad news, if this is the case, we will need to be handling it here in a very diplomatic and quiet way. We need to think about it before we act. The snake asks us to think it over very well. So this could point that we need to think about the news that we are about to receive here. It's important news. It's valuable news. Probably it has to do with documents, money documents, valuable documents here. So we need to be careful that this don't have an impact, a negative impact on us. So this message can be concerning that we see here with this combination. It's possible also if it's then more on a simpler way, that you receive aggressive messages or aggressive phone calls from certain persons that shock you. This is possible also with this combination, and we are feeling that we are mistreated. This is possible also with this combination. Probably you will tell to the people that you are displeased about this attitude in a quiet, diplomatic way, because that's the best approach here with the snake. It's best to be cautious in the way we communicate. We need to be diplomatic here with this combination. Also, we need to pay attention here, because people will observe our verbal communication. And as we know, verbal communication is 80% of our communication. So we need to be very careful here with this combination. What we see, we don't need to feel guilty if we are in our right, because probably the problem is located everywhere. Anyway, this points to that we need to be cautious. Anyway, then the combination in itself, we will be disappointed here. There is disappointment here. And it's possible also that you cannot put this difficult information or this difficult message or the problems with these money documents or these transfers, that you need to treat them with discretion. You need to handle this in a discreet way, and there's no other choice. But it's best to do also with the snake that we are discreet here. Also be careful that the news that you are receiving, even though it's aggressive and direct, it could be that it's not honest. So be careful that you don't get in some kind of financial trap related to business colleagues, to friends, that they don't lay out a trap for you. So be careful for that. Here also, this is because the snake can be very tricky. So you need to handle here it very wisely. You need to keep your focus. You need to keep your focus on your business and what you are doing here. This could literally point to a hoax here, that what we are seeing here. Anyway, you will need to communicate very tactful. You need to communicate very tactful here. Possibly also for getting out, if it's very difficult. Here, the snake is very maneuverable. She turns. So here in this communication, you will need to be very flexible. You need to be very flexible. In a way here also, if it's like, maybe others try to manipulate you and you need to roll yourself out of it, like in a communicative, diplomatic way. This is what we see here. And also, it's possible also that if you discover this is a bad deal, the snake turns away. So it's possible that you turn away from this bad deal. You don't want it anymore. But if you do, overthink it and be diplomatic and take care of your business. Take care of your business, especially that. Then we have the bear, the birds, and the ship here. This could point to, if you are in a different location or you have taken a short trip, that this trip is related to business or to negotiations. This is what we see here. You come in a different environment. Sometimes this points to a longer trip, but the birds are short trips. So it's possible that there are several trips here related to business. Anyway, there's some stress here because the birds are causing stress. They're always jumping around here, and this project causes you a kind of stress. Maybe you are longing here for something new to begin. You want to communicate in a different way. Maybe you are tired of this kind of communication here. It's like you're longing for something else. Maybe you really want to get out of this life and you're longing for something in abroad. This is possible also with this combination. Maybe you totally want a new life once after you're out of these difficulties. There are negotiations here. You think and you talk about a trip to certain people. Just be careful also who you talk to about the trip. Don't reveal your plans because the snake tells us to be quiet. So if you have certain plans, keep these plans to you for moving overseas to yourselves. Also, there's communication here, probably with friends on the internet. Anyway, there's a strong lust here, as we say, for moving away from this situation. You want to change direction, and we have the stork there. So the stork urges us to make these changes possible. Also, it's possible that you disagree with this situation and you literally turn away or you drive away these people from you. Then we have the stork, the whip, and the bear. Here we see that there is a certain confrontation. So certain people in your environment, maybe people in charge, because the bear is the manager, maybe some people around you disagree with these changes. That's why I tell you, wait till the right time. If you have everything in row, you thought about it enough, you're ready to move, then you can act. Because if you do it too soon, or maybe anyway, people are starting quarreling to you, or they confront you with certain situations. Probably these people are in a position in charge, in a management position, and they try to get things in their way. But I think this is not going to work because I think you really want out of this situation. This is what we see here with this combination. Maybe they try to manipulate you, or they try to manage you in their way, but I think this is not going to work. You really want this transformation. You will argue also with them. Maybe sometimes it's not, there's no other possibility than arguments, but try to keep it diplomatic here. Try to be as diplomatic as you can. Don't let the fury of Leo be released because Leo can be very angry. So don't do that here. Be diplomatic. Play it smart. Try to manage your anger here with this person and do it in a diplomatic way, so you can move away in a diplomatic way from them. This is what we see here. Also, if you are confronted with these troublemakers, because these people could really be troublemakers, this is what we see here also. If these people caused us certain pains, not literally physical pain, but if they caused us trouble or pain or emotional pain, this is what we see here. We better manage them and we move away from them here. It's like here we need to go through a conflict and we have not much choice. We need to experience it. It's painful for us, but we need to experience it. It's part of the changing process. And maybe that's why you want to move away. This is what we see here. It's possible also that you think to yourself, why am I in this situation? Why I cannot get out of here? This is what we see here also. It will afterwards, you will you will have a period of healing. You will need some rest after this confrontation. So there is here, it will change you also. This experience, if you have really difficulties, it will change you because the bird is changing up. And this could be this could be our initiative for moving away. This could initiate us in that direction. Anyway, there's a transformation going on here again. Some of us have changes in life, difficult changes, and we come in very new positions, very difficult positions. We can never compare ourselves to others. Sometimes our path in life is very different than other people. Don't think this only happens to you. There are several people who encounter this kind of difficulties. Of course, this don't make the situation more easy for you, but anyway, we need to cope with this transformation. Just see here also that if this is on your work front, that these people don't exploit you or they don't abuse you, try to limit that, try to be diplomatic about it. This is what we see here also. Then we have the whip and the bear. This is literally the confrontation with the one in charge. If not, if this is for a business meeting, this could really mean that you are confronted with your competition. If not, if you are coming in an aggressive situation, this could point to literally to an enemy. Anyway, this is somebody who wants to gain power, gain control. They want to establish their position of power and confirm it. So we need to be careful here. This also points to bad managers. So it's possible that you are confronted with managers who don't have really very good intentions with us. Maybe they have their own loyalties, their own personal loyalties, and these loyalties are not stroking with yours. Maybe there's a form of dishonesty here. Leo is very honest sometimes, and it's possible that these people don't have honest intentions. So, and maybe you suffer because of that here. This is what we see here. Anyway, these managers, they don't want to come in good terms with us. They just want to do what they want, and they want to control them. Here, you probably, they want to control you. Just be careful if you share something with people, that these people, like for instance, you are in a difficult situation and you want to share this with people, you are looking for people who share your story with, just be careful that you share it with the right people. Be careful who you trust, especially with the snake and the birds. Be careful who you trust, because it's possible that this news that you are sharing would be coming back to this manager. So be careful with that here also. Maybe some of your family members also in their life, probably the older family members, maybe your grandparents also came in difficult situations in their life. This is what we see here also. So don't be careful here that somebody don't coerce you in certain situations. Be careful, be smart here. This is what we see here anyway. Protect yourself against certain violences or exploitment here. This is what we see here. Because sometimes this combination, it could literally mean somebody who wants to kick you out. Maybe they don't say it, but that's actually what they want. They want you to change, or they want to kick you out. So if you are in a difficult situation, maybe that's why you want to go. So just see here, you need to keep the balance here and keep your focus on your on where you want to go. Keep your focus on your longings, on your business. Anyway, there's an important document here that comes to you that offers you changes, but you will need to pursue them in a diplomatic way here. Anyway, you need to protect yourself here anyway. Then we have the dog, the letter, and the birds. Here, maybe because you're in this difficult situation, friends, they know about this, they heard about it, there is a lot of communication about your situation probably, and they contact you for talking about you. But as I said, see what you share, especially if it's related to business. So be careful here with this combination. We never know who is connected to who, and so be careful here who you have confidence in, because the dog is loyal. don't be too loyal, especially in communication, and see what you say. If this is a friend who is in no way connected to this, then it's another case, but else be careful if these people are connected in somehow to the situation that you are involved in now. Anyway, if you share it, these people will understand you. They will comprehend your situation, and they will try to be supportive to you, and they will express their support in a verbal or in a written way here with this combination. They will agree with you in the way that you, if you explain your problem. Then we have the letter and the birds in itself. Here there's a lot of, it means that we communicate, we chatter a lot. There's a lot of emails going around, a lot of communication here that we see here. We will share certain information, but see what you share. Sometimes the information that we share, it will be stressful. We share in a stressful way. We will act quickly, quickly here with this combination. Also, some conversation that you are confronted with, maybe with this manager, it really worries you here. And also sometimes you will be emailing and texting, and all at the same time. You don't know where your head is, like your fingers and mind is going everywhere. This is what we see here with this combination regarding communication. Then we have the clouds, the snake, and the ship. Here, this points to people who are ill-willed to you. They don't have the goodwill, they don't have good intention. We saw this here again. Need to be careful that we are not confronted with manipulation. Be smart here with this card. Somebody really is about to backstab you here with this combination. We need to be very careful. We need to be very diplomatic. We need to manage this, and probably the only way to get out of this is that we make our bed and we are leaving. Maybe we really need to get out there. Then maybe there's no other option. Anyway, if you are, I didn't mention that yet. I'm thinking about this now. If you're in a relationship with a partner, with a certain partner, it doesn't matter. It applies on both genders. It means that one of both parties is not totally honest, because the snake always points to triangle relationship. So it means that if you have a partner, another party is involved. Also, if this relates to your business, it means that you have more than one competitor. If you think you are the only one for a contract, you are not, and your competition will try to backstab you. Also, in relationships, we need to be careful that we are not cheated on, or that we can be sure with the snake there's something going on. There's something going on with our back, behind our back, and the problem is we cannot see it because the clouds are covering it up. There's like a smoke screen. You cannot see it, even though it's going on. We need to be very careful here with this combination. Anyway, it's possible also that in relationship there's often arguments, but even though there are arguments, you still not can see what is going on. Even though you argue about certain topics, you communicate about certain topics, maybe you communicate with your partner also about this business, but we cannot see how this partner is involved with this business. If she is involved also, he or she is involved also or connected to this business, we also need to be careful that we don't share, or in our anger, we don't share the wrong information even with a partner. So be careful because there's a tricky situation here going on that we cannot clearly see here with this combination here. This points also that if you want to get out of this situation, you need to use your brain. You need to use your brain, you need to think wisely. I always repeat, but it's because it's there. Maybe some of these people that are around you really have like a criminal energy around them here. This is what we see here with some people are shady, they hide, they pretend to be, so we need to be careful here. And here, especially, we are mentioned not to share all, especially if we are about to move or the changes that we make. I know it's always the same, but you are often warned here, the cards often warn you here for the same. Then we have the snake and the ship in itself. Sometimes the snake, if she wants to go somewhere or she wants to reach her target, or she wants to go where she wants, she don't take the direct route. She's diplomatic, she goes around. So it's possible if you make your plannings, some things in your plannings you need to adjust because the snake sometimes goes around. So you need to play it tactful here if you want to travel, and if you have some travel documents, don't share it. Don't share it. It's best you go around. You go around the whole thing. Be careful also here with this combination. I mentioned it earlier, it comes back. Be careful with business transaction. Be careful that some documents that you are receiving are the real documents. They are not forged, they are not faked. Be careful that all the documents that you are having here or they are coming to you, that they are honest. So be careful also by that. Here, if you can avoid certain transaction until this storm is calmed, just do so. It doesn't mean that you cannot prepare yourself to move, but be careful here with business transactions, because some people you will have confidence in here might not be the ones you want to put your confidence in. This is what we see here anyway. In a simple way then, it's possible also that you get some problems with your car here in itself, because sometimes this points to difficulties with the car, even though your car is not so old. It might be some problems here with the car that we see here. Also some problems maybe with electrical devices that we see here. This is possible also way. Anyway, you need to see here that you are well prepared for your travel. Maybe in a way, you or the other party, it's one of both, but it's not showing, is ready to leave. One of you both is ready to leave, and maybe this is not discussed, even there are a lot of arguments. It's better maybe not to do so also, but one of both here is ready to leave. Anyway, there's a gap here between what we are experiencing now and what we really want in our life. This is what we see here also, there's a need here for exploration. Here we want to get out, we want to wander around, we want to relax our mind. Then we have the stork, the letter and the ship here. This news is coming, we saw this in the beginning. I just see what we see here again. Certain conversations about this business you will have again and again. So sometimes these conversations will be boring, and it's like negotiations, and the negotiations are leading nowhere. So because the stork is a bird that returns, he goes for overwintering in another place and then he comes back. So this means that we always have the same business negotiations, but they actually don't bring any progress here. This is what we see here. It's possible also, this is literally a new address. So maybe we are arranging something for moving here. This is we have a new address that we are seeing here. You want that these conversations that you have here have meaning. They lead somewhere, but it might be difficult, or it might not lead where you want them to lead. Also, this sometimes can mean visas, that we are applying for a visa for moving away. And also keep quiet about that if you can. This is what we see here also. Anyway, there will be some things that are difficult to change, but also some things will go in a positive way for you if you make these changes. So there are positive changes also. I think the change of location will be positive of you if you are out of this whole difficult situation. Then we have the letter and the ship on itself. These two cards. This is that you have an opportunity in the future for doing business abroad. There's a business project here that is coming to you. Business documents are presented to you. If they are not yet presented to you, they will come to in the future, but maybe it's best to not engage with these business projects yet. Just make your bet first and make sure that everything is correct there. Maybe also you don't want to immediately engage in this business project because you're not sure where you are going. Maybe you have a certain destination, but you are not yet sure where you are going. So this could make it more difficult for you for these business transactions. Anyway, these are travel documents that we see here also. Then we have the clouds and the letters. As I said, be careful for original documents, that you don't receive forged document, copied documents. Be careful here with this. The news might be unsettling here, that you are receiving some messages that you are receiving will make you sad. Copies of the original China made. This is what we see here the news is not original here that we see. We need to be careful here. Sometimes also we will be speechless. We don't know anymore what to say. It's best to keep quiet also if we don't know anymore what to say. Anyway, these conversations will be repeating itself, and at the end, maybe you're bored by the conversation and you want to get out there anyway. Anyway, also this points that we need to be very careful with the snake here, what we sign, but I already mentioned this in the beginning. If you're about to sign, just wait until Mercury after 18 October, because this tells us this combination, we need to be careful. Maybe somebody wants to force us in certain agreements, and try to extend this till after the period, till after 18 October. You will have benefits by it if you don't sign the contract before. It will help you in a positive way, because maybe this is about shares, stocks, bonds, money transfers. So be careful, only transfer them in the right period, as I said, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video. It's possible also in some ways you will get tired of it, and in a diplomatic way you will show that you are not yet beaten, that you are not yet beat. You will let them know in a diplomatic way that that you are aware that they are playing with you, but you will not let yourself beat down like a dog. You will still show some forms, but you want out here. This is what we see here with this combination. In a way, also, if we are a religious person and we are in a very difficult situation, it's possible that we apply our spirituality, we pray, we meditate. This is possible also with this combination. There are expressions here of hope that we are sharing. This is what we see here, but be careful also, don't sign for the time. Be sure that everything is in order. So Leo, for the air group, this is all for now. I hope you get a little bit wiser with this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. Please check out also the financial card readings that we do every month for Leo. Also, thank you for watching those. Anyways, thank you for spending your time on my channel, and we see each other on my other videos. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other card readings that are following here also. Bye-bye, and thank you for watching. Hello, Leo, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for your card reading for October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde. It's not a good idea during that period for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that officializes it. It's not a good thing to do. Also, during that time, you will see that your bus is late, your flights are canceled, packages that need to arrive in your home are wrongly delivered, the conveyance of the package is wrong, emails don't show up, they are late, and it has consequences. These are all things that happen very frequently during Mercury retrograde. The reason for this is because our mind, our collective mind, is running a little bit slower. So things are going sometimes wrong here, or often go wrong here with this combination. Also, in that time period, it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying laptops, cell phones, laundry machines, while these devices are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to a warranty, and sometimes we can get problems there. It's better to prevent than to heal. Anyway, the general idea is that we don't make contracts at all. However, if for some reason you're obligated, you feel compelled, you have no choice but to sign, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible afterwards you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract and you cannot anymore because there are certain clauses in the contract that prevent you from breaking the contract. And if you leave, probably you will need to pay a big fine. So it's better to prevent, as I said, than to heal. Now, this being said, here we go now with the card reading for Leo for the Stone group. The first card that we see here is the bear. The bear points to a manager, a teacher, somebody in charge of a situation. And in general, this points that we, if we can, we need to try to help others with our whole heart. As we know, Leo has a very generous heart, but here this also, the bear can be very imposing because he's a big animal. And here we are more urged to imply our humanity. We cannot literally manage the people. We need to put ourselves in a more humanitarian position. We cannot over-manage people because it would have a negative effect. If we manage, if we balance ourselves and we help people in a kind-hearted way, it will have a very positive effect on our life. The people will like us for it, but here we are urged not to be too dominant here with this combination. Anyway, here this central card here, it brings much positivity towards the people, towards the way you can express yourself. If you manage yourself in a positive way, a lot of people will be attracted to you. They will comply with you. They will like you. So here it's best here that we manage ourselves a little bit. We have high hopes. Here, this is what we see here also with this combination. Here, what we want here with this combination is we need to think on what we really want here, and this should be our highest target that we want to reach. Then coming back here to the horizontal lines, we start here with the first horizontal line. We see the bear and the heart here, and the bear is a big animal, and this is love. So this means we have a very big heart, and this could also mean that this is the big love in our life. We really appreciate the people, the person that is connected to us. Maybe if you are this man, this is a woman with a very strong influence on you. Possibly this is a person who is connected in trade, in business, or it's a person who lives in abroad. This is what we see here with this combination. There's a lot of love here towards each other. This is what we see here with this combination. Here also this points to a person, probably also time to time you travel to this location if this is possible here. This is what we see here. Anyway, there's a lot of protection here, protecting you, protect your partner, or she protects you. There's a very protective, like there's a motherly love, a motherly protectiveness towards each other. This is what we see here. There's a lot of compassion here also with this combination. It's possible also, if this is our mother, that our mother is very protective towards us. She protects us if we are younger. This could mean that our mother is very protective towards us. She tries to teach us maybe a lot of things that are involved in business. Maybe she's a businesswoman herself. This is possible, or she was. And she tries to learn us maybe how to handle business, how to manage money. This is possible also with this combination, what we see here. Anyway, this points to a very important person here. This person is financially very generous towards us, or we are generous towards a person. This is a really like philanthropy here, what we see here. This is also a person who likes to enjoy life, like to eat maybe exotic cuisine here. This is what we see here. Anyway, the love here is probably very important. It might be dominant in our life. It might be a dominant factor in our life. Also, if this represents our mother, it means that we have a lot of love for our mother here. This is what what it means also. Our mother is kind to us and we are kind to her. There's a lot of reciprocity here between the two parties. This is what we see here also. In another way, if you're a student, It could point also that you have a lot of, or maybe you're in love with your teacher. This is possible also with this combination. But anyway, it could mean that you feel that your teacher, his heart is really on his profession. He teaches you a lot. Maybe you are involved in a study regarding to trading, to economy, to business. This is what we see here also. It could be both. There's some documents involved here also. Maybe it's a business that, a study that is related to a foreign business, to doing business in abroad. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, if we are a student, we will like our teacher, he will be kind to us, and he will learn us the right things. This is what we see here. Then we have the heart and the ship on itself. If we are about to take a trip, if that is in our planning, excuse me, then this could be the visa, the documents required to travel. You will be able to travel. It will all go in a positive way because we have the clovers in the middle, and the clovers is an all over protective card. So if you travel, it will be easy to travel, especially with the clovers in the middle. Anyway, this is that we like business, that we like to be in business. Probably also we have more like a management role in business. We manage business, as we see here, because the bear is also a manager. It's possible also that we learn other people what we ourselves have learned, that we teach them. This is possible also with this combination. Also, this points to a lover in abroad. As I mentioned earlier, the trip could be romantic, and it could be related to a lover in abroad. We explore our romantic relationship in abroad. The love is there, but maybe the commitment is not yet possible. Maybe there's a distance here, because if the person isn't abroad, this is possible also, what we see here. And maybe some time to time we feel that we want to go there, but maybe it's not always possible if the lovers is in abroad. Anyway, this points also to a stormy love, that we are passionate in our love life. This is what, excuse me, what this combination also points to. Then we have the man, the clovers, and the book. Here, this is a person. If you would be the man here, then would be this the woman. If you are a man here, it means that you are trusted by people around you. This is a person who is supportive. The partners are supportive here towards each other. This is what we see here. Anyway, if these people are involved in business or in a love affair, they are committed to each other. Their heart is committed to each other. This is what we see here. Also, this person, sometimes maybe he can take certain gambling risks, risk with business. This is what we see here also with this combination. And maybe this person has been lucky in his life regarding study or things he learned in his life, or regarding to education. Or maybe if you're a student, you are very lucky with your education. It all goes very smoothly and very easy. This is what we see here also. It's like you're a lucky devil here with this combination. What we see more here, and also here, the love is lighthearted. There's not too much pressure here in the love life. We are lighthearted towards it. Then we have the clover in the book here in itself. This points to if we study again, or if we are learning something, we are successful with it. It's possible that somebody helps us with this study. Maybe a teacher is very accommodating to us. He wants us to succeed. And maybe he feels that we have the right abilities to be in this field of work. So anyway, this points to educated success. Also, if we would be in business, if we come in front of certain choices, maybe we need to take certain gambles or guesses, and we need to take an educated guess for continuing with certain contracts or business arrangements. And if we do, it work out positive here with this combination. Anyway, this points also that something that is secret for others, that will be this secret will come to you. You will be entrusted with a pleasant secret, something probably you only you know. What we see more here, we find what we are looking for here. If we are in search for something, we find what we are looking for. Also, if we study more, if we are in education, we enjoy our study. We are having fun while we are studying. We are happy to receive this knowledge. And even if you do exams, certain exams, you would be lucky at your exams, and maybe even some gambling, you gamble in the exam for certain things in your exams. This is what we see here also. And we have the cross, the sit, and the moon. Here with this combination here, we need to be careful here that we are helping others as much as we can. We also need to accept certain lessons in our life. If times would be difficult to come, we need to accept these challenges that we are faced with. Maybe there are certain challenges because the moon is the people, certain challenges that you have with the people around you, but maybe there's no other choice. We need to learn about this. We need to learn some responsibilities here. There could be some kind of suffering here that we need to undergo. Some challenges here are presented to us. It might be sometimes we have maybe a difficult period here that is coming to us. It's possible also because of these difficulties that you stop certain responsibilities you have because the sit is sharp. It's possible that you end with certain responsibilities here because the cross represents responsibilities. So it's possible here, maybe some of the responsibilities here we have here regarding certain people, we want to get rid of these responsibilities. This is what we see here also. Here, this points here, the moon is invitations, the way our mind works. So it means we have a very sharp mind. Our mind is very focused, very sharp. We know how things work here. This could be a good combination that if you do business, you have a very sharp mind here. This is what we see here. Also, the moon softens things up. So it's possible if you need to take certain decisions regarding certain people or certain groups or things that you are emotionally involved in, that you are not so very strict, like you want to do the strict approach or the cut approach, but then actually when you need to take the decision, you do it more softly than you thought you would have done it, or that was originally your plan. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, there are some emotional decisions here that we are undergoing. After this period of difficulties is passed, because we come in a cycle, the moon is a cycle, and then you understand here the cycle is ended. So here certain things in our life will end. So this is the end of a cycle here that we seeing. We are becoming conscious of certain facts in our life. We are confronted with certain responsibilities in our life. The question will be if we are able or willing to take these responsibilities. Maybe we have some negative emotions towards certain things before we actually embark in this situation. If you have a feeling that certain situations are threatening you, like you have a gut feeling, it's best to trust this gut feeling, because probably it's right. So if you come in certain situation and you have a gut feeling, this is not safe for you, you need to follow here your intuition. This is what we see here also with this combination. At some point also, if you are in a difficult situation, you will need your rest. You will need to rest sometimes. It's possible that some things are making you more tired because you are in a difficult situation, and then you will need to remember that you need to rest and you need to sleep at the right time here. Then we have the vertical lines here. We have the bear the man and the cross. This points to a person in authority. As I said, it could be a teacher, a manager here. This could be you. This person could have a very big impact because the bear is a big animal. So this person has a very big influence on it. If this is related to our study, this person has a very big impact on us. This probably will influence the course of our life for a very long time. This person, he has a very big impact on us. This is what we see here. If this is related to partnership, it's possible that the partners, the male partner or the female partner has a very big influence on her husband. This is what we see here. And it's like, it's destined to be, because the cross is destined to be. We can do very little about it. The cross is, it need to be like that. This can also point that the relationship between the two partners, even though it's very love-like, that's some of the partners like a little bit over-caring, very motherly here, over-caring partner. This is what we see here. This is a strong partner here also. It's possible also that the man here in this combination, he's physically very active. Maybe he's in sports, or he do a lot of physical bodybuilding and things like that. Very active physically here. This person, this is what we see here also. In a way, if this points to your father, if this is your father, it means that your father is might be a very strict figure, strict but correct, and it's also meant to be. This person could be very important in your life. Mostly our father is important, but in this case, it's more important. Maybe this person is, if you have confronted with certain difficulties, your parents are willing to help you here in this combination, because the cross, if we have difficulties, and the bear supports, so it's possible here they try to help you here. In a way, this points also that this could be that your father, yourself, he's a teacher, he's a manager. This is possible also. If this is your husband or your partner, the same applies. Then your husband would be very helpful. He would try to help you here in this combination. And also the person here then in itself, he will protect you here, because the bear protects us. Then here, we see also that the man then in itself, he's spiritual, he's religious, he follows certain protocols, he has certain rules and regulations that he follows. He don't cross certain borders like that. And again, we see the help here. This person is also ideological. This is certain principles he don't deviate off. He has a lot of responsibilities, or he carries a lot of responsibilities. Maybe he carries some responsibilities towards people. This is what we see here also. Then we have the heart, the clovers, and the sit. The heart and the clovers is, again, to the love life. We are lucky in our love life. We saw this earlier. And it's possible that this love life suddenly begins, because the sit is a sudden card. So suddenly the love, the big love, is coming in our life, and it's presented to us. Maybe this is a foreign love, because we have the ship there. This is possible with this combination. Anyway, we are blessed by people that love us. Maybe our parents, we are blessed with our parents, even though sometimes maybe they are heavy-handed. They are wanting to guide you on the right paths, because this is a guide. And it might be a little bit difficult for us sometimes, but anyway, this person has good intentions, even though it's a little bit strict sometimes. But anyway, these two cards here, we need to see that we are blessed with this love that might suddenly come in our life here. What we see more here, you find the new love is suddenly coming to you. Then we have the clovers and the sit on itself. Here there is a sudden improvement in your life. Certain conditions in your life suddenly improve. And And probably you will like these changes because it's the moon, it's what we like, it's what we think. We also have the ability probably maybe to be more creative than we have. We are discovering some creative abilities that we are having. Maybe these creative abilities are connected to people around us. This is what we see here. And suddenly we decide to cut our hair. This is what we see here also with this combination. If we experience some heartbreak before, or we are experienced a heartbreak, the moon softens things up and the clovers heal the pain. So if you experienced some love troubles before, it will be easy, smoothened out, and suddenly there's somebody else in our life. This is what we see here also with this combination. We did not expect that, and maybe there's a love breakup, and you are easy to get over it, more easy than you thought, and suddenly there's somebody else in your life. So this is what we see here also with this combination. Then we have the ship, the book, and the moon. This points to, if you're a student who studies abroad, we study abroad, we study things that are connected to foreign cultures, to foreign people, because the moon is the people. There are, if we are in business, this points to business opportunities in abroad. I work for a broad audience, so I implement several angles here. Anyway, there's also possibility here that we adjust to the different language. If we study abroad, we want to learn the language of the people, of the local people. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, this could point to an exotic or some place far away that you have decided to travel to learn, to educate yourself. If that is the case, probably your parents will be supportive about that, but there will be probably less contact with them because you're far away. So this is possible also. Anyway, here you explore new areas of life. It will guide you on your way, and probably in the future to come, you will often travel in your life. It will really open new horizons here for you. We leave something behind that we are well familiar with, that we are well known, our home. We leave maybe our parents, and we go in abroad, or maybe we leave a loved one for a while if we are a traveler, a traveling salesman, but then we would return. But here this points to that we leave certain family members behind for studying in abroad. We know we leave behind what we well know, and we explore the unknown. This is what we see here also with this combination. Then we have the moon and the book and the moon here. What we see here is there's a proposal, because the moon is proposal. We get a proposal here. We like this proposal. It is actually what was in our mind before. Maybe we are invited somewhere, and probably we will go in this invitation. Maybe it's a study invitation. It's possible here. We are lucky with this, and suddenly we are invited for a study. Maybe it's a little bit unexpected, and we need to make certain decisions immediately regarding the study or regarding business. Suddenly there's some changes in our life, what we are doing. What is possible also, if the study would not be related to business, it's that you do a psychological study in abroad, because the moon is the way our mind works. So it's possible that you study this in abroad for certain reasons. Anyway, if you do this or you do business, it will work out lucky for you. You are protected here. This is what we see here also. In another way, if you are more an alternative type, it could mean that you do an alternative study, maybe something esoteric, maybe you go to an ashram, maybe you study something in abroad. But anyway, this points to that we learn a lot of things in our life regarding other people, the way other people, their mind works here. Also, you will learn the dark side of the people. Some secrets will be revealed to you. The moon has a dark side, so we learn psychology has a dark side, as we know. So this is what we are learning here. Also, if you complete this study, you will get a lot of recognition here by this study. If you're about to finish it, if you're already in the next stage, you will get a lot of recognition here from this study. People will see you as an expert, the person to go to here with this combination. There will be a light shined on you, as they say. This is also what we see here. Maybe after this study, it was very tiring for you, this study, and maybe after you need some rest of all these emotions. Then we have the bear, the clovers, and the moon. If you change your lifestyle suddenly, because of certain invitations, this will be a positive change for you. So if you planning to go into that, it will be very positive from you. If you have certain challenges, you will overcome these challenges very easy because you have the clovers in the middle. Problems will be easy and swiftly solved also here. This is what we see here also with this combination. Maybe there are maybe it requires certain gambles that you need to take. The territory where you are going is unfamiliar with you, but anyway, you go for it. And when you arrive in the place, it's exactly what you wanted and it's exactly what you imagined. Anyway, that means that we are, the bear is also finances. So it means that we are lucky that we receive money. Maybe it's not always clear where the money is coming from, that we are receiving here, because the book keeps them closed. Maybe it's a scholarship here that we are arriving, because this represents money from the people. So we cannot see where it's actually coming from if we are studying. This is also what we see here with this combination. Anyway, this points to a windfall. Things are going well for us. If you have an additional job, this could point to a job that is very beneficial for us. Maybe we work with a lot of people, or we are involved with a lot of people here. But this is what we see here. There's a form of stability here engaged. What we see here, you will be untroubled. Sometimes we feel so carefree that we don't even mind of taking precautions. We are free. Our mind is very free here. This is what we see here. There could be somebody close to you, maybe a friend close to you if you are a student in abroad, or if you are in business, somebody who's always there to help you, always there for protecting you. And you could really feel protected by this person. You could experience this person as a real protective protector towards you here. If certain people try to impose some pressure on you, you will also go lighthearted around with it. Maybe you swiftly end them. You say, okay, I don't go there. I don't want to be dominated, and you swiftly solve this. Then we have the clovers and the moon in itself. If you have certain wishes and hope these wishes are fulfilled here, this is what we see here. If we study and we finish the study, we will be receiving honors. People are admiring us here. These are the people. We can also be, if we have finished the study, we will be able to be very creative in our work of field. Maybe later on we will do more research, or we do a lot of research here, because the book is research, the book search, or let us search the secrets. Anyway, there could be a form of fame here involved, because the moon is fame. There we are attracting the people here. The moon attracts. Anyway, there's some depth here. Psychological depth is that we see here. There are good feelings here that we see here with this combination. Then we have the ship, the clovers, and the cross. Here, this points that you are free to explore. You will get the green light to explore things in your life, student or business. You will be able to explore, and this is meant to be. It's like your path, that these doors will open for you. It's meant to be. We are even encouraged here with this combination to seek adventure, to go into the adventure, to go in a financial adventure, to go in, if it's related to business. We are encouraged here to do business. The things that we long for, we are encouraged to do, and it will end in a positive way, and it's meant to be. And also with the cross, it's like there's a protection. Nothing happens before it's time when you have the cross. So this is the protection, and it's like you are protected from things going wrong. Here, the cross has like, sometimes it's a burden because we cannot force the situation. But here in this case, it's like you are protected and prevented from acting too soon. This is what this combination means. So anyway, this points to a light-hearted journey that we are happy. There might be some long travel and then some short flights included here, or short travel. Maybe there's an additional flight here or an additional travel here by boat. If we are in the destination, this is possible also. Anyway, if we do business, we need to be careful not to be light-hearted about the business. Even everything has a lot of windfalls. Be careful. Anyway, not to take too many gambles, too many risks. Also with this combination, beware if we take certain risks. These risks can come with responsibilities later on. So be careful. Anyway, even though everything falls in your part, just think that also we have responsibilities. And if we take certain decisions, it could have consequences that we don't bring ourselves in danger if things go well. What do we see here? More here, again, we see here that maybe we are refusing certain responsibilities, certain duties that we have. Maybe we don't want to take it. Maybe we see them as small burdens and we don't want. Anyway, this is also an opportunity. If there is some difficulties in your life in abroad, this will broaden your horizon. You will get a different picture over some situations with people. It will open your eyes and you will grow as a person. You will be confronted maybe with certain difficult situations that people are undergoing, and you will learn from that. And maybe afterwards, you're inclined to take more responsibility. That is what we see here. So, Leo, for the Stone Group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser with this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other card readings that are following here also, and also check out my financial card readings that you can find on my channel. Anyway, thank you for your time that you spend on my channel, and maybe we see each other in the other card reading. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.